states that the executive order violates the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. It violates our U.S. Constitution.
Well, that's a lie, because he obviously hasn't read Section 1 of the 14th Amendment.
And interestingly, nowhere in the Constitution, in the original draft or the original document that was adopted in the beginning of the country, did it define citizenship. It was left to Congress to write statutes to define the national citizenship. So really, Mr. Trump's executive order is attempting with his pen to not only rewrite the Constitution, rewrite the congressional statutes that interpret the Constitution, and overturn a longstanding precedent of the Supreme Court.
For someone who's supposed to be so smart, she's obviously a moron, because she hasn't read the 14th Amendment or the entire discussion that the House and the Senate has had about this whole issue when they wrote the 14th Amendment and how citizenship is supposed to work.
All of the scholars that I know who've studied this, and they include a broad spectrum of people, believe that the legislative history about the 14th Amendment and the text of the amendment itself supports a conservative justice following the will of the people in amending the Constitution, and in Congress in adopting its statutes. To allow a president's order to overcome or change the interpretation without the traditional historical analysis or textual analysis is very unlikely, even in this.
This woman has to be the biggest freaking moron, and I'm going to explain to you why. Now, what a lot of people don't understand or realize, the entire 14th Amendment was created on how the country can move forward after the Civil War. But we'll take a look at it anyway. The first thing they refer to as 14th Amendment is Section 1. So right here, 14th Amendment, Section 1 reads as, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction therefore of are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privilege or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any persons of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, or deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Now, everybody looks at the very first part that basically says, all persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens of the United States. Boom. They completely skip over that one little section, which is, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. That is a very, very key point in this amendment. Now, I know a lot of you can't handle this, but we're going to go ahead and take a look. Did a little AI search, just to make it simple for you. If you just go Google, very simple, everybody knows how to do it. Punch in the 14th Amendment, Section 1, what does subject to the jurisdiction thereof mean? AI overview. In Section 1 of the 14th Amendment, subject to the jurisdiction thereof means that individuals born or naturalized citizens in the United States and who owe full allegiance to the United States government are granted citizenship. This phrase essentially defines the scope of birthright citizenship, ensuring that individuals born within the U.S. territory and not subject to the jurisdiction of any other country are considered citizens. Exclusions. This clause was intended to exclude certain individuals, such as children of foreign consuls or diplomats who might be seen as subject to the jurisdiction of their home countries, not the United States. The subject to the jurisdiction thereof clause clarifies that citizenship is not simply based on where a person is born, but also on their legal, political relationship to the U.S. government. So this does not apply to illegal immigrants who have crossed our borders and have had children in this country. That does not make them automatic citizens. They are citizens of the country that their parents came from, but they are not citizens of the United States. So what President Trump has in his executive order saying that children of illegal immigrants are not citizens, he's just reinforcing the 14th Amendment. He has not done anything wrong. He has not violated the Constitution. If anything, he has enforced the Constitution as what the President of the United States is supposed to do. And if you don't want to have AI as an overview, or you don't want to take AI's word for it, you can simply go here. You got the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, primary documents in American history. Right here, this is all the debate that the House of Representatives and the Senate had on what the 14th Amendment is and how the words are defined that are written inside this amendment. So they're not definitions of whatever you made up today or what's been made up in the last 10 years or whatever. This is exactly what they all mean right here. So as I explained, you can go there right here. Just take a look. You can go through and read all of it. This is the entire discussion that the House and the Senate did talking about the 14th Amendment. All of it verbatim. So you can get the entire actual definition of what they were going for with the 14th Amendment, including Section 1, which does not give birthright citizenship anywhere. I'll put a link in the description box for this, so you can go right to it and read it for yourself. And this is where you need to look for your resource. Not wherever you want to make stuff up or whatever words mean today. It has to be taken in context of the time when the amendment was written and the discussions that the Congress had and what their definitions of the words of the amendment at that point in time. So there you go, America. There is your proper history lesson of the day. And all you got to do is read. That's it. It's all right there. I'm not a scholar. I am not a professor or whatever. All I am is just an American who can read and will actually look and go into the research of what this actually is and what it means. Not just taking face value of whenever a Democrat goes, oh, he's wrong, whatever they say or whatever the news says or puts out there. I actually go and research and look into it. And you should all do the same. So I hope you all out. I hope you all learned something new. Learn something new about your country, about your Constitution, and the fact that hopefully all of you will actually do some more research and look into stuff and actually get the real definitions of what's actually going on instead of just having your regular old temper tantrum. So until then, thank you. Please like and subscribe. So enough of that nonsense. I'm going to go kick back and relax and play some extreme fetch with my dog because it's America.